It's feeding time at the Alpaca Hemp Company, and the latest cuisine is turning heads throughout the herd. The food is fresh, nutritious, and provides a rich profile of cannabinoids that promote the spectacular health of these alpacas. The fodder of choice is hemp, now growing in fields throughout southern Oregon, where these alpacas reside. With the passage of the 2018 Farm Act legalizing the commercial production of hemp, John and Christine Gardiner founded the Alpaca Hemp Company, combining their established line of alpaca products with a new line of hemp-based medicinal products. Hemp-based CBD products now complement their extensive line of alpaca products, and the herd thrives by feeding on the leafy greens of the hemp plant itself. Here's Christine with Solomon and Prairie, livestock guardian dogs at the farm. The alpacas, the dogs, the land, and the people who farm it all play their part in permaculture, the model of living on which the farm is based.
Permaculture seeks to integrate animals with the land and people so that each thrives in a system of sustainable yields designed to last for generations.
One of the ways the Gardiners promote sustainability is by training younger generations in permaculture farming. Meet Stacie Van De Weerd, who the Gardiners mentor, along with her young son, Javen. Stacie inherited a herd of alpaca, but had little training in caring for them.
I didn't know how to halter them. I didn't know how to trim their toenails. I didn't know how to take care of a baby alpaca just born. So I went to the Cave Junction Farmers Market, and there was John, and John called Christine. I came to Christine, and she would give me advice how to do all these different things for your animal. So the mentoring ended up becoming a wonderful partnership. We have a booth together at the Grants Pass Farmers Market, and we have our own items that we sell in the booth. We decided to grow a hemp crop, and then we decided that we would take it even further and create the Alpaca Hemp Company and provide medicine, provided at lower costs. We wanted to provide medicine for people who could not afford the medicine otherwise.
In the 4 years since meeting the Gardiners, Stacie has embraced permaculture, strengthening her connection with the land and the animals. And she's passing this traditional practice on to Javen. I saw more of the connection between the people, the land, and the animals as I went with Christine and Stacie on their daily walk with the alpacas. Little Aurora looks a bit intimidated as she approaches the camera. Finding Stacie will help. Here she comes, escorted by a straw-chewing alpaca named Stella.
Stella, you look like a farmer. Nobody would know. You're the queen matriarch of the herd.
Nothing goes to waste on a permaculture farm, especially alpaca waste, which the Gardiners convert into a clean compost, paca poo. Christine likens it to feeding whole foods to the soil, especially soil used to grow the valued hemp plant. Walking with the alpaca. Love this new baby Milo. He's very curious and bright. He's a sweet boy.
Watching these animals move together as a group, that harmonious relationship,
Right.
fills me with joy.
The Gardiners have a unique way of seeing the world. John is a civil engineer. Christine is a river restoration specialist. They created their farm as a living example of sustainability using intelligent cooperation, collaborating, respecting, and playing to the strengths of the land, the animals, and the people.
What my father had always taught me, my father being a biologist, was that we should seek to work with nature wherever we possibly could. And you know what? We can work with nature anywhere and anytime.
We were here just about 18 months ago and had an opportunity to talk with the Gardiners. So here we are again visiting with John and Christine Gardiner and also Stacie. They have branched out and created a whole new field of work, a whole new business in the form of healthy medicine. So welcome, John, Christine, and Stacie.
Wonderful to have you here again, Tricia.
Thank
Welcome.
you. Thank you.
Thanks for helping us to talk about the Alpaca Hemp Company.
So just for clarification, what we're talking about here is CBD. And right now that is the buzzword everywhere. There's all kinds of information about CBD. It's a fantastic product, but not all CBD is created the same. And not all products are equal. Can you talk a little bit about what sets your product apart?
Animals are raised organically, and that means without any chemicals, synthetics, hormones, whatever.
This is traditional practice, the synergy that happens between healthy animals, healthy soils, healthy plants, making healthy medicine for healthy people. It seems that we are pre-programmed to metabolize cannabinoids. When we see inflammation in anybody's tissues, just putting a drop of our CBD oil means that that angry red tissue just calms down to a gentle, nice pink again. What we know for sure is that stress and in the industrial lifestyle uses up the body's reservoir of the cannabinoids that we make ourselves.
As we understand, all mammals have an endocannabinoid system, receptors in the brain and in the rest of the body. There are two sorts, CB1 and CB2.
Very good. So cannabinoids have an anti-inflammatory property that help to combat things like diabetes, heart disease, anything that's stress related. Here's a look at Stacie and Christine preparing Root of the Matter Balm, a rich mix of CBD flower and healing herbs marketed under Stacie's Dandelion Fields Alpaca label.
I'm making a solar infusion oil for the Root of the Matter salve. Here we have herbs. Okay. So the roots look like this before I am able to cut them down to make them a little bit smaller like this so that they infuse better. So here. Christine's mixing it up, the herbal blend. So this is the CBD flower.
That's amazing. That is a lot of medicine.
And I'm not even done.
Oh, I wish I could convey on video the fragrance. Oh, it's just heavenly.
Would you like to smell this before you...
Oh, it's sweet and clean.
This is a mix of organic olive oil, apricot oil, and sweet almond oil. Okay, I'll take these out. Let's shake it up a little, and then we can put it out to the sun. Now, sit in the sun, and you shake it every day for at least 2 months. 5 years ago, I started with a base recipe that I learned from Rosemary Gladstar. She's the grandmother of herbalism in the United States.
Yes.
I added a little bit of the CBD flower to it because it helps with cell regeneration. I formulated it so that mature skin is getting the nutrition that it needs to stay, you know, healthy and nourished.
You're creating a product that is clean, avoiding all of the chemicals and pesticides and hormones, and we know what we're getting when we buy it.
That's super important.
I wanted to bring up this fabulous magazine. This is the New Pioneer magazine, Spring 2019. And John and Christine and the farm, and also Stacie. So they're featured here in the magazine. Awesome Alpacas is the title. And this has a lot to do about the alpaca farming itself. This is a little bit about hemp here in the New Pioneer magazine, where John and Christine are featured.
This brought out the fact that hemp is a traditional fodder for livestock.
You grow enough to feed the animals, and then you also have the crop that you're using to create the medicine.
Another way of saying that is that we grow from seed, not clones, because we appreciate the vigor of plants grown from seed. And about 50% of those grown from seed will be male. Because we're in a medicine-producing region, we harvest the male plants and feed those to the alpacas.
Got it.
And the female flowers are the ones that are harvested for the medicine.
Got it. And your plants vibrantly healthy for the pakapoo. So we talked a little bit about pakapoo. We went out and we looked at it in the compost fields and got to see the rich compost that is feeding the whole hemp crop. Yeah.
The black gold that they produce is a wonderful compost, and goes to feed the plants. And so the plants then feed the animals, and it's this wonderful virtuous circle.
So what we're doing here is using straw and wood chips as the floor foundation. They poop on it, it goes into the center. Around the trough areas, see how clean that floor is? The poop is all over here. And around the hay feeding stations, meticulously clean so that nose never comes into contact with their own poop. And in that way, we were able to break the cycle of parasite infection, and then we knew we could stop using deworming drugs.
An uncovered bed of pakapoo quickly becomes a landing spot for Solomon, the herd's guardian dog. John has to herd him away from this favorite place to nap in the warm, fragrant bed of fresh compost.
What we would like to see in future farming is a return to the basic ecology on which all life depends. That life, which is unbelievably extensive. I mean, in 1 cubic inch of soil, you have more life in that 1 cubic centimeter than you do of human beings on the planet.
It's remarkable.
Billions and billions of life forms.
We get to be part of being the stewards to make sure that all of this life survives to the next generation, because that's what we came here to do, to be stewards of creation.
Intelligent cooperation.
Intelligent cooperation. Aren't those beautiful words?
Yeah. And so what I so appreciate and admire about what I see out here is that it's in harmony with the natural cycle of life itself, and it's sustainable in that everything about what is produced here goes back into the investment of health to the earth, to the animals, and ultimately to the people that it serves.
This medicine is calling us now to wake up, to realize that being faithful to nature is the future worth growing into. That's the one we want to be part of. Y'all want to come along? Come play with us? Yeah.
Hi, this is Tracia. If you are doing something amazing and want to share your story or product, I can help your voice be heard. Contact us at www.teawithtracia.com.